Alright y'all, so as some of you know, the old Massey Ferguson here, probably a month or so ago, right before the weather got real nasty here, I dropped the oil pan and put an oil pump in it because it had gotten where it didn't have any oil pressure after it ran for a while, and especially if you was using it in the summer and you know, cutting hay and, you know, giving it a workout. So again, dropped the oil pan and ended up, I didn't have all the bolts out of it or whatever, or it's a cover on the front of the oil pan that I wasn't expecting to be there or whatever, but it ended up a piece of that broke off. So I was hoping when I put it back that it wouldn't be a problem, that it would you know, since these old tractors ain't got a whole lot of pressure like the new ones do. Just the same thing as here. As you can see, I just you know, used a tube of silicone, gasket maker, stuff like that, whatever you want to call it. But I put that over the broke part and I put it back together, and I was hoping that was going to seal it, but it did not seal it. So we got all that real cold weather and rain, snow, and sleet and all that, and it just wasn't a good time to be working on it, so it just kind of sat on the sidelines. But yesterday we finally got some good weather and I got home early enough from work. I cleaned it off in there with some brake cleaner and everything. Found the crack where it's coming out at. You know, I poured a little oil in and seen it come out, and also felt with my finger. So I got it all cleaned off real good. And what I used to fix that, like I said, it had a gap in there that you could actually stick your finger in and feel. So it was no surprise that when you poured the oil in, it come back out. But what I used is this JB Weld steel stick. Now this is an steel reinforced epoxy putty, if you're not familiar with it. This stuff works. When I was a kid, my dad had a radiator on a big truck on a Freightliner that it had come from a lot of salt or whatever. It had metal side plates on it like the old ones used to. They don't have them now, they're plastic, but it was the old metal ones. So it cleaned off the rust real good where the hole was at, and you know, broke away all the rusted metal that would come apart, you know, to where you had a decent thing to stick to, and cleaned it off real good, wire brush and brake clean. And we put the epoxy on there, and it held the whole time that we run that truck. So I knew that it worked. I was hoping to be able to use it here, and I did. And I don't think where it's at I can get the camera to show. Yeah, because the radiator hose is in the way. I had to take the bottom radiator hose off to get to it, but like I said, I cleaned it off real good, put that in there, and let me see. I'm using this new camera app here, so I don't think I can turn the camera around while I'm filming here. So I'll just have to turn the phone around. Anyway, as you can see, it is an old tractor. It's got a few little leaks, and also I spilt oil putting it in there, but I parked it here yesterday, and as you can see, it's just a very little bit on the ground. So we'll crank it up and let it run for a few minutes, and I'll show you that so far it's working. Now again, a disclaimer, I cranked it yesterday and drove it around a little bit and everything like that, but it's not like, you know, running it in 90-degree heat cutting hay. So it will be, time will tell, but I still think it'll be all right. This old tractor here is way older than I am. As a matter of fact, I think it's older than my dad is, or either right there at it. But anyway, that old Perkins diesel, as long as you got fire and you got fuel, that thing will crank up just time you hit it. Still a good old tractor. Like I said, I hated having it broke down so long. Those kind of things just irritate me. But like I said, so far, you know, fingers crossed and all that kind of stuff, I believe we got it fixed. And like I said, this here, it does do the job, especially bonding to metal things. And as a matter of fact, this is the same stuff we used on one of our big trucks. Got a hole in the fuel tank, so you know we had to drain the tank, get all the fuel out, and cleaned it up real good. And we give it a few days so no more fuel would run out and everything. Cleaned it up good, and then stuck that on there, and so far good to go. Ain't leaked another drop. So like I said, that may be a good thing to stock up on. I got it at O'Reilly's. Just about any parts store, hardware store should have it. So something to keep in mind.